So coming to a comfortable position, whether that's seated or lying down. And connecting in with the senses. So just bring your awareness and attention to your breath, first of all, and notice how it is today, this evening. So we can tell a lot by our breath. If we're quite relaxed, quite calm, you can feel that in the breath. The breath will arrive gently, slowly, and release. Sometimes if we're quite anxious or frustrated or annoyed, the breath can be a little bit quicker. So just check in with the breath. And then just allow yourself to be a little bit more comfortable. So if you could be 5% more comfortable, just make any little adjustments. And if you can, perhaps take the hands down by the sides, palms turned upwards. If you wish to place something underneath the knees, by all means do. And then just begin to scan through the body. So the weight of the heavy head on a pillow or on the mat. The shoulders, if they're feeling rounded, or quite open and connected to the floor beneath us. The whole back. And just notice there's two natural curves in the spine, in the back. The back of the neck and the lower back. So allow them to feel at ease. With the rest of the back, we generally connect to the floor. The buttocks. Notice what parts of the legs are touching the floor. Calf muscles, the backs of the ankles, the heels. And then just notice the arms. Let the arms fall heavy. Let the eyes close or focus on the spot in front of you, on the ceiling. And just release any tension in the jaw. So perhaps open the jaw, the mouth wide. And then relax it again. And then I invite you to bring your awareness to the movement of the body, especially the belly, the chest, the rib cage. Then I invite you to set a little intention for our practice this evening. And today, the 17th of May, listen to the voice of your heart. Cultivate the art of listening to your intuition, your inner voice. This is the guidance of your heart. It's a voice that speaks differently from the one in your head. The heart whispers softly. The head prattles loudly. The head has an agenda for our lives. It chatters away boldly, but its vision is limited. It leaves no room for the mysterious working of the universe. nor does it take into account the side trips we need to get where we're going, where our soul needs to grow. It's the voice that says, this is the way it's going to be. Whereas the heart, the inner voice, speaks differently. Sometimes it whispers. Sometimes it pulls. Sometimes it pushes. It's spontaneous in the present moment and often a surprise. The heart takes into account what has to be done and the best way to do that. The heart takes emotions into account, the way things feel, the way you feel, the wisdom of your soul. And the heart leads us into and through the lessons we're here to learn. So cultivate your inner voice and practice listening to the whispers of your heart. Practice trusting your intuition that you really feel when you really know. And practice until that voice is the one that you hear. So our little closing lines say, be patient, be gentle, and let yourself learn to hear the gentle and trustworthy words of your heart. So perhaps some of that resonated with you this evening. So the mind really tries to take over everything. But if we allow the mind to settle and relax with the breath, we can hear a lot more, we can see a lot more, we can feel a lot more. And our third eye in yoga is where we feel most of our intuition. And our third eye is in between the eyebrows. So just visualize that center of the forehead in between the eyebrows, your third eye. And just see if you can bring your focus and attention to it as you breathe. Visualize this space expanding. Visualize an openness, open to whatever arises. And as we progress through the class, we open the body, the mind, all connected, the heart. And then we see, can we connect to the breath? So let's take 3 big inhales and even longer exhales. And we can sigh out through the mouth if we wish. Just to settle the body. And then set yourself a little intention for your practice now. When you're ready, let's bring a little bit of energy into the fingers, a little bit of energy into the toes, give them a little wiggle. And remember to be kind, to be gentle. You can work as gentle as you wish, depending on the body, or you can add in lots of energy, lots of strength work. Just be gentle. Listen to the body. The body will tell you if it feels good or not. So wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Come back home, back into the bodies. And take a nice long stretch. Stretch into the arms, into the legs. Nice pencil stretch, we call it. Bring the hands up over the head, palms facing each other. And notice if you can't bring the hands onto the ground, that's okay. Just feel the length into the back, into across the, underneath the armpits at the back, maybe lengthen into the arms also. And just see, can you walk the feet in closer to the body and just connect the whole back onto the mat as we stretch the hands up over the head. Notice how different that is. So we're opening, lengthening. So the whole back is connected onto the mat. So you're drawing your navel in. Reach those hands away a little bit longer and slowly bring them back up over your head and back down your sides. Hug your knees into your chest and just rock from side to side. Massage out the back. And then we're going to draw little circles. Round we go with the knees. So we get as much pressure into different points of the back as possible. And then always go the other way. And then hug the knees into the chest. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. You might feel this in the hips. And then release. Let them relax a little. Keep your knees, your hands on your knees. And then once more, squeeze the chest. Hands, knees into the chest. So can you lower your chin a little bit? And then release. Drop the two knees to the left. Drop the hands to the right and look to the right. Take your left hand on top of your right thigh or right knee if you can. And just see, can we open up a little bit deeper? And then notice if you normally have the knees up very high. So can you lower them down a little bit and notice where you can feel that. Both shoulders relax down into the earth. One more big breath. And come back to the center. Notice how one side feels different. And then drop the two knees to the right. Right hand on top of the left thigh or knee. Turn the head to the left and stretch out that left arm. Can we go a little bit deeper? Maybe take the knees a little bit further away. And then release, bring the knees back together. Cross over the ankles. See, can you take a hold of your toes? And we're going to just rock forward and back on the spine to bring us up into hands and knees. Just take a couple of rocks, 4 or 5. If that's enough for you, roll over onto your side just to come up. So hold those feet in, keep rolling over and come right up onto the hands and knees. And we end up in tabletop. Knees hip distance apart, nice flat back. And when you're ready, just move into cat and cow nice and gently. So lifting the tailbone, letting the heart shine forward. And as we exhale, draw the navel in and up to the sky, connect to your pelvic floor. Two more. Last one. And come on back to your tabletop position with a nice flat back. And see, can we stretch out the right arm and stretch out the left leg? If we feel our balance is off, engage the core, relieve the hands down, relieve the leg down, whichever we prefer. If we can raise the back leg, please do, and send that energy as far away through the fingers and through the leg as possible, straightening out that back leg. Be careful with the neck. So just look towards the top of your mat. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. One more. Breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, elbow to knee. This time, stretch out that right arm. So can you bring that right hand up and over your head, all the way back around? So can you bend that back knee and maybe take a hold of that ankle? Just have a little look over that shoulder. Keep turning and twisting. Press down into that left hand. Take a breath here. You're doing brilliant. Well done. Slowly come back to straight arm, straight leg. And place the hand and the knee back down at the same time. And sit back into here. One more big breath here. And back to the center, back into your tabletop. Reach out with the left arm, the right leg, straighten it out as best you can. If it's too much, you can drop the leg or drop the arm. Engage the core about 30%. Exhale, elbow touching knee. Inhale, take it away. One more. Take that left arm up and over your shoulder. Turn and look over that shoulder. And suddenly bend your right knee. Begin to take the hands to the ankle. If it's not for you, just look over the shoulder. Inhale, stretch the arm and the leg back out. And come back down onto hands and knees. Sit back into hare pose, but curl the toes under this time. Let's stretch into underneath the feet. So push back with those hands, spread out those toes, especially the little toe. So really push back with your hands as if you're trying to come onto your tippy toes. And turn the hands facing each other. So the palms are facing each other. Open out those shoulder blades, shoulders away from the ears. Take another breath. And come back into tabletop. Come to a seated position. Sit onto a little cushion or something, whatever's comfortable. And stretch the legs out in front. So sitting up nice and tall, lift the flesh underneath the bottom. Good. Take the hands up by the sides. Lengthen the whole way up. So get those toes pointed upwards. Try and straighten out those legs. If you have a lot of aches and pains in the back of the legs, just bend the knees. Inhale, reach, bring the hands up over the head. Lengthen, exhale, come back. Let's do that again. So you ready? Inhale. Lengthen, make ourselves longer, and this time just walk up that imaginary rope. We take 5 or 6 steps here, crawling, lifting ourselves up even taller, 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 taller. 2 more. Be careful with the back of the neck. Reach the 2 hands up, big, big, big stretch. And release and let go. Good. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And again, Shoulders up, back, and down. This time, see, can you get them right into the scapula in your back? Bring your shoulder blades back together. So bring them up to your ears, bring them back, squeeze them back, and bring them back down. Good. Release the right arm, bring it up over your head, leaning up and over to the left. Now stretch into those fingers a little bit more and press down on that right butt cheek. See if you can lengthen into the side of the body. Take a breath. You might even want to come down onto your elbow. And one more breath here. And release, come back up and around. Good. Inhale, left arm comes in. Reach up through both sides of the body and then lean over and push right down with that left hip. All the way down. Maybe you want to come over onto the elbow and reach a little bit more. Remember to breathe. And brilliant. Shake out those arms, shake out those legs, and let's just draw little circles into the ankle joints and into the wrists. So moving into those ankles, still sitting up nice and tall. Stretch the arms out in front so the arms are really straight to get the back muscles working. Good. So can you sit up a little bit taller? Get the feet moving as well. Now let's make those circles bigger into the feet. So if you drop the little piggies down onto the floor, point the two big toes, bring them together, and go again. It's a bit of a workout, this. Whew. And come back. Point and flex, so send those wrists forward, and push into that imaginary wall and send all those toes up to the sky. Spread out those toes. Point your toes, send your wrists away. And last one, exhale and let go. Good. Let's draw the 2 feet together. So the 2 feet, big toes together, heels together. Have a little look. Place your thumbs on the insides of your feet and just bounce those butterfly wings up and down. Now draw in your navel. So when you draw everything in, we can lift ourselves up a little bit taller. Relax the shoulders. Let's just hold onto the feet here and let the knees fall open. Just drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Come back to the center. Just bounce those knees again. And drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Big breath. And come on back to the center. Good. Inhale so you can lengthen and lift ourselves up a little bit more. Good. Exhale. Bring your elbows onto the inside of those thighs or knees. Hug your belly button in and just look down towards your feet. Open your feet out like a book. So inhale, come back up. And as you exhale, elbows into the thighs or the inner thighs, whatever you can get to, and just rounding down. Try draw the navel in. And come back up once more. So inhale, really open out those feet. Draw the shoulders back and lift the heart center. Take a breath in. And gently rounding forward, as if you want to bring your head down to kiss your toes. Draw the belly in, gives it a bit more space, and come back up. Good. Stretch out the left leg out to the side, hug in the right foot. See, can you bring that right knee down towards the floor? If not, place a pillow underneath. And just notice the right to left toes are pointing upwards. And we're just going to move around here in a little circle, all the way around, keeping the sit bones on the seat. You can come forward to the very end of your seat if you wish. Just moving into these hips, all the way around. And this time, when we come over to this long left leg, see, can you take a hold of it? So shin, ankle, toes, whatever you can take a hold of. Good. And then sit up nice and tall. Take a breath in, lift your chest. Exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Close your eyes and we're just going to stay here and open up the back of this leg. You might feel this in the back as well. One more breath here. And then slowly come back up. Good. Take your hand underneath that leg, bring it back in, and swap over to the other side. So straighten out the right leg. And again, just draw little circles all the way around. Noticing how you feel. And if you find any tightness in the hips or in the back of that hamstring, just hold on to that for a little bit longer. Don't move off it too fast. And then let's go the other way. All the way around. Good. And back up. Nice. Okay, this time we're going to turn and aim for that left leg. So reaching the hands forward, coming down, looking at that knee to begin with. Take a breath in. And as you exhale, draw the navel in and just lengthen further. Come back up and we're going to do it once more. So inhale and lengthen all the way towards that foot. And slowly walk the hands back in. Shake out the legs. Bring them out back out to the front. Shake, 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 shake. Now let's see how the hamstrings are. So lift the flesh from under the bottom again. Take a breath in. Reach all the way up. And as we exhale, lean forward, straight out in front. So keep your eye level downwards. Keep the back of the neck nice and long. Toes pointing upwards. Let's do that again. Inhale, come up. Exhale, fold. Once more, inhale, come up. Big stretch. Exhale, lengthen from the front of the body all the way down towards the ankles, shins, feet. If you can take a hold of your feet, place your hands around the outsides of the feet. One more big breath here. Feel the back expand. And let go. Well done. Walk yourself all the way back up. And let's come up to standing. So take your feet hip distance apart. Take the hands out in front. We're going to come forward onto our hands and knees, not hands and knees, onto our balls of our feet. So from here, knees are hip distance apart. Draw the navel in. So this is a balancing act as it is. See, can you imagine that you're leaning into a glass panel? So what I mean by that is, we're still up nice and tall. So we're not this way inclined. We're trying to balance. Breathe, smile. Don't worry if you fall over, there's not much, very far to go. Good. 3, 2, 1. And rising up from the crown of your head. Let's go. Lift your navel, draw your navel in and lift the pelvic floor. So all those muscles down below as if you're going to stop yourself from passing the window going to the toilet. Yeah? So squeeze and lift. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Come up onto your tippy toes. 2, 1. And reach all the way up. And let go. Well done. Okay, so we made it all the way up here. Let's come to Tadasana, our standing posture. So feet hip distance on the mat. Spread out all the toes. Take the hands down by the sides. Make space between the ears and the neck and the shoulders. And really spread out those toes as best you can. And just feel the earth beneath the feet. So if we lean forward, And go forward, we're putting all the weight onto the toes. So try that. And if we come back, I feel like we're going to fall backwards with all the weight onto the heels. So find that center where you have weight on the front and on the back equally. Engage those thigh muscles, strong legs, lift the knees, draw the navel in, visualize that line coming all the way up through the belly, open across the chest, across the shoulders, crown of the head is lifted upwards. And on the next breath, press down into the floor with both feet and reach the hands around and up over your head. Place the two hands together if you can. Press into that left foot and begin to lean all the way over to the right. So if you're leaning to your right, you're pressing down with the opposite foot. Arms are stretched away from you as much as you can. Keep breathing. Exhale, come back to the center. Lift up a little bit taller. And see, can you go to the opposite side? So lean to the left, pressing down with that right foot. And back to the center. And release. Let those arms go. Good. A little bit of cross crawl, good for the coordination. So just step one leg and touch the hand, the opposite hand to leg. Just touch your knee or thigh, it doesn't have to be very high. And let the body begin to twist, but your head is still looking forward. So your chest may turn, but your head is still looking forward. Draw the navel in. Think of yourself as being nice and tall. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back onto both feet. Feel the ground beneath you. Feel the energy moving around the body. Come up onto your tippy toes. And see, can we balance? Tailbone is down, right up onto those tippy toes. And slowly come all the way back down. Just release the ankles. So come onto the front of your foot. Bend the knees, release the ankles, as if you're doing a little walk. That's it. Keep the tailbone down, nice long back, open chest. Good. And then come onto the front of the foot. So bend the toes underneath and see if you get a nice stretch into the front of the leg. Try not to twist the ankle out to the side. I'm seeing a bit of this. Try and keep that foot straight. Good. Let's see the other one. So the leg is still straight. We're just getting a nice stretch into the front of the foot. Good. And shake that off. Shake, 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 shake. Good. Okay, let's come to the back of our mats. I have a new mat and it keeps curling up on me. I have to get some new mats because the cats are on all the mats, these rascals. So they're not going to touch this one now. Okay, so come to the back of our mat. Okay, take a breath in, bring the hands up over the head. Exhale, swan dive all the way down. So come all the way down, flat back, hands to just below the knees. Good, so look towards the front of your mat, but keep a nice long neck and a nice long back. Good, draw your belly button in. Inhale, come back up. Arms come all the way up over your head. Exhale, back to heart. And again, inhale, come up. Bring those hands all the way up over the head. Exhale, release, come all the way down. Hands come around the sides, come down to the shins. Now bend the knees and walk the hands down to the floor until you touch the mat. So knees are bent. Okay, so we're just going to walk forward on the hands till we come to the top of the mat. So draw the belly button in. So off you go, walk forward, all the way forward. Coming into a nice plank position. Take a breath here. And start to walk back, all the way back. Well done. Bend the knees. Take the hands out by the sides. Take a big breath in to come up. And exhale, hands back to the heart. Just take a breath. Notice the heart rate is increasing. Let's just try that once more. Inhale, opening the arms all the way up over the head. Exhale, swan dive forward. Come down, you can bend the knees and just crawl forward. Crawl, crawl, crawl. If you want to stay on your knees, you can. Draw that belly button in, press into the mat with the hands. One big full breath here. And then begin to walk back. Bend the knees. Take a big breath in to come up. And hands back to heart. Great way to get the body warmed up. You can do some of those during the week for homework, for practice. Okay, let's take a big step forward with the right leg. So all the way forward, as far as you can go. Big step forward with the right leg. Come up onto the heel at the back. So the back of your foot is off. Good. And when we bend into this front knee, notice that the knee is still over the ankle. Come on back up again. Tailbone is down. Draw the belly button in. And put your hand onto the wall, onto a chair if you wish. We're just going to do 2 more. So bending down as if we're going to kiss that knee off the floor. 1 more. Bending down. Creating stability. And then we're going to either step forward or push and come all the way back. Good. Well done. Shake out the legs. Let's try the other leg. So big giant step forward. All the way. And if you wish to stay here, you can. Come up onto the tippy toes, onto the back leg, and put your hand on the wall or a chair. Front knee is over the ankle, remember? And then we're slowly going to bend the back knee down. Good. Push it back up. And again. Inhale, come down. Push it back up. Last one. Inhale, come down. Draw that navel in. Send the tailbone back down. Come back up. And push back. Well done. Shake out the legs. Good. Step forward again with the right leg. And this time we're going to bend the knee all the way down onto the mat. And we're just going to take a little lunge forward. Take your time. You need to come down with the hands on the thigh. Bring them onto the thigh. So lunging forward. And back again. So this is where we start. When we lunge forward, we're really opening up this left hip flexor. Good. Come on back up again. Once more. Lunge forward. Take the hands with you. So inhale. Bring the hands up over the head. If you want to make it more challenging, curl the back toe under and straighten the back leg. It's up to you what you want to do. 3, 2 more breaths. Last one. Slowly come down onto that knee and straighten out the front leg. Bring the toes up to the sky. Good. Tailbone still down. Draw the navel in. Inhale, take the hands up over the head if you can for balance. Good. And reach forward. Reach forward, coming down towards that mat. So one hand each side of the mat. Lift the head and lift the chest. So we're trying to flatten the back. Good. So draw the shoulders back and down. You're going to feel this in the front of that leg, or the back of that leg. So you're looking forward, but mind the back of your neck. And from here, you're going to turn on the knee that you're kneeling on. Turn to face me. And straighten out that same leg that we're working on. Toes are facing forward. And see, can we come up to kneeling? And you'll notice your hip is in line with your knee. And your right foot is in line with your knee also. Is in line with your left knee. Okay, so drop your tailbone down. Open up those hips. So let yourself lean forward. So try not to be sticking with the bum out. Let yourself lean forward. Inhale, take a big reach up to the sky. And drop that right hand down onto the leg, palm turned up. and lean up and over. So imagine you're holding a big giant beach ball. Coming into gate pose. Connect to the breath. And release. So open the arms. Bring that left hand down onto the mat in line with that knee. So you have a hand, a knee, and a foot all in one straight line. So can you lift the right arm up in line? So have a little look up, make sure you can see your hand, that it's not gone backwards. Good, open the chest. And let your hips come forward in this pose. So notice if your bum is sticking backwards, let the hips come forward. If it's too hard to reach the floor, take a book or a block and place your hand onto a block or a cushion or something. Good. Now draw your navel in and see, can you raise that right leg? Draw the navel in, raise the right leg for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let that right leg come back down. Slowly bring yourself all the way back up. Arms out wide. Well done. Take your hands back to the hips. Bring in that knee. Turn back around on the mat. And just come back into hare pose. Take a big breath in here. You might notice one hip feels like it's done a little bit of work compared to the other. Move maybe from side to side. And then come back into a nice tabletop position. And just draw little circles into the hips and into the back. Just freeing up any tightness that you can feel there. So you can either go back and forward, or you can go round. Try a bit of everything, maybe even a figure of 8, and see what you can loosen up. Oh my God, there's lots of creaks and cracks happening here this evening. Oh, lovely. So just move into it. And then when you're ready, we are going to come to the opposite leg. So take our left foot forward this time, and bring the hands back onto the hips. So to begin with, our foot is just in front of the knee, and then we're going to lunge. Good, so lunge forward, and then come back to neutral. Tailbone is down, so you really feel this in the hip. Shoulder blades are back and down, lunge forward. And exhale, draw the navel in a little bit more. And let's see, can we bring the hands up over the head as we lunge this time? Reach up to the sky. If you want to make this challenging, curl the back toe under and straightening out the back leg. Powering into those thighs, those legs. Good. 3, 2, 1. Slowly come back down. We'll lunge a little bit deeper. And then take your hands to your hips. And come back up and straighten the front leg. Relax the back toes, so point the back toes away. And if you're feeling really wobbly, open the front leg, the left leg out to the left a bit to make it easier. Good. And then from here, take a breath in, reach to the sky. And then see, can you stick out the tailbone and come forward down towards that front foot. And then from here, press the fingertips into the mat, lift the chest, and see, can we come to a flat back? Good, not a rounded back, a nice flat back, and breathe. Bring that right hip back around to the front in case it's gone out to the side. And on the next exhale, just see, can you soften down a little bit more. Draw the navel in to make space. And then come back onto your tippy toes, onto your fingertips, and back up. Okay, we're going to swivel around on that right knee. So you can take your hands down, turn yourself, so you're now on your right knee, and your left leg is pointing forward. Hips are open, pointing forward. So you've got a knee and a foot in line with each other. And check that this knee is right underneath this hip, so we're not this way. Okay, so bring yourself back in if you are, and then let the hips come forward. It feels like there's very little space here. Take a breath in and reach up. In gate pose, we don't go very far. So start to lean over to the left. You can bring that left hand, palm facing up, and that right hand is reaching and coming all the way over. So you're holding that big giant beach ball. And breathe. Press down into that left foot. And then release, come back to the center. And just let that right hand come down onto the floor, in line with the knee and in line with the foot. And then begin to raise that left hand to the sky. You can also keep that hand on your hip if it's too much for the shoulders. And then when you're ready, let those hips come forward again in case they've sunken back. Good. And then draw the navel in and secondly raise that foot up. So keep your head in line with your body. Don't let the head stick forward. 3, 2, 1. Drop the foot back down. Take the hand back to the hip. Come back to the center. Back onto the knees. Open the knees nice and wide. Sit back onto the heels. Walk yourself forward as far as you can go. And let the head come down to the floor this time. Take the hands back to your feet. And let the body relax here for a moment or two. And then begin to walk the hands towards the head and the shoulders. Push yourself back up. Bring the knees back together and come to a nice seated position. Either hero pose like this if we feel comfortable, or come and sit onto something and come to a cross-leg position. Whatever way we're sitting, just see, can we again lift the flesh and really begin to lift ourselves up nice and tall into the body. And relax the shoulders, relax the arms. Let the hands just rest onto the knees or the thighs. Or it's quite nice as well to bring the palms one on top of the other in front of the belly. And just let the breath start to settle again. So again, notice how we feel. Make ourselves comfortable here because we're going to be here for about 10 minutes. You can also do this pranayama breathing work with the legs stretched out. You can even do it leaning in against a wall or into a seat. But when we don't have the wall or the seat behind us, the back muscles have to hold us upright. So we're training them, we're giving them a little bit more time to strengthen. And then see, can you bring your awareness back to your breath? So each time The monkey mind wanders off and wants to chat to you about all these different things. Just keep coming back to the breath. So can we relax the jaw? So it's nice to let the mouth open, the teeth are apart, but the lips are just touching. And if you bring your tongue to the back of the top teeth, you'll notice it encourages the practice to breathe in and out through the nose. When the tongue is behind the back teeth, the top ones, we can't breathe in or out through the mouth. So try that. Now I want you to visualize that there's a feather just underneath your nose, right there in between your top lip and your nose. You're very gently going to breathe, but you don't want to ruffle this feather. Now I'm going to invite you to breathe in for a count of 2 or 3. And breathe out for a count of 6. We're trying not to let that feather under the nose get disturbed. And on the next exhale, just allow yourself to empty out all that air. Relax the face. Stay with the count of the breath. The mind starts to wander, just come back to the breath. Sitting up nice and tall. And just check, can you drop your chin a tiny little bit to lengthen into the back of the neck and open the chest just a fraction more to keep ourselves upright. And go back to the counting. And on the next breath, take a big long breath in. Filling the whole chest, the belly, and lengthen the exhale for as long as you can. Then just take the hands out by the sides to the mat. Let the eyes open a little bit. Unravel the legs. Send them out of the front. And just see, can you slowly begin to work your way back down onto the mat, onto your back. And take your knees into your chest. Just rock from side to side, slowly close the eyes. Lower the chin again so you can have a nice long neck. And place the feet back down onto the mat, hip distance apart. Hands can just touch the ankles so you know that they're not too close to the bottom, but yet they're not too far away. And then just release the lower back. So let the lower back come off the mat as you breathe in. And release back down onto the mat as we breathe out. And do that once more. Inhale, releasing the lower back. Exhale, hugging in the belly button. Connect the lower back. And slowly begin to lift the hips. Coming right up onto the shoulders. Opening out the front of those hips again. Slowly on your exhale, come down for as long as you can. Curling down through the spine. And then just let the back, the arms relax. We'll do that once more. So press both feet into the mat, spread out the toes, lift the hips, begin to ripple through the back, lift up, come right up onto the shoulders. Connect to your breath. Big breath in, fill all the areas of the body. And slowly, slowly, curling your way back down. And just notice the effects of the practice, the posture, notice the body. Close the eyes and just let the feet walk down towards the end of the mat. Turn the palms over so they're turned upwards. Let the legs relax. And come back to the breath. Can you relax the face a little bit more here? If you wish to take the pillow, try not to make too much movement. Find your pillow that's close by. Place it under the head. Perhaps you want your blanket, place it over you. And just begin to settle in. Again, notice the earth beneath you, holding you, supporting you. Let yourself go down into the earth, deeper and deeper. Begin to feel yourself falling down, unraveling, letting go of any holding on. So feel the muscles begin to soften. The face, the jaw, shoulders, arms, palms of the hands. Can you notice the heat in the palms of the hands? This is the energy that you've created in the body. Allow the breath to be soft, to be effortless, not trying to change it, not trying to do anything, just be. Be here now. And be at peace in this moment. So begin to notice the chest, the heart, the belly soften. Allowing that breath to arrive into the body. And then let go. Noticing both hips, the front and the back of the thighs, down to the knees, down to the ankles. Notice the feet. Let the feet fall. Let them go. I give myself permission to relax. Visualize the waves at the shore. The waves come and they go. Like the breath. And if the mind wanders, come back to that gentle movement, the belly rising and falling. On the next exhale, give yourself permission to drop down a little bit deeper into this relaxation state. Knowing that it's safe to do so, the more we can let go, the deeper into relaxation we can go. And keep bringing the mind back home to that ebb and flow of the breath as it gently arrives in through the nose and releases back out of the body. And I invite you to begin counting from 1 to 10. So breathing in, we'll call this number 1. Breathing out, number 2. Breathing in, number 3. And all the way up to 10. There's no hurry, keeping it gentle and slow. When you reach 10, let go of the counting. Come back to your breath as you come back into the room, back into the body. And if you prefer to stay here in Shavasana for a little bit longer, please do, and just ignore the closing of the class. If you wish to come back in and we'll close off together, just bring some energy into the fingers, energy into the toes, and take a full body stretch. Begin to walk the feet a little bit closer to the body. Perhaps take the knees into the chest. Just gentle movement on the spine. And then roll over onto your side. Take your time coming up, press down into the hand before you lift yourself back up. And when you come back up, just find a comfortable position and let the eyes close over again. And come back to that peaceful place. And remember, when we come to this part of the class, Shavasana, and we've done some lovely breath work, we may feel a little bit calmer, a little bit more relaxed. So try not to rush back to the TV or the internet or the phone. Try and let this enjoy, try and allow yourself this peace. Try and allow it to settle for a little bit longer. Try not to disturb it. And take your hands together at your heart center. And take a full breath in and a full breath out. And just ask yourself, how am I now? I hope you all feel a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more at ease, a little bit calmer. Perhaps a little bit more open in the body. And we close off our class. We bow our heads to each other, to our hearts, to Mother Earth, and we say Namaste.